Hello, YouTube. Today I have a very special treat for you. I will be reading a portion of Heinrich Hrom's epic poem Sie Mussen Schlafen. This portion that I will read today is the same one in which my former partner Martin Swift found a vocalic pattern that has become the cornerstone of Remedial Vokobism. Now, just to give you a little background on this poem, it was written in the early 1800s in Prussia, and it was heavily censored when it came out, and actually only a few copies survived. I was fortunate enough to come across one at a German yard sale just outside of Berlin in 1998. Unfortunately, I do not speak German, and I do have a very trusty German dictionary, and I use this dictionary to translate the poem from its original German. I apologize to those of you who love to read exact translations. The original poem, of course, is as precise as the author wanted it to be, but it also had magnificent lyricism. And I tried to retain some of that lyricism in my translation, but I did so by sacrificing some of its exactness, and therefore I apologize. If this offends anyone too greatly, please hold it against me personally and not against the philosophy of Remedial Vokobism, and please listen to what else I have to say on this philosophy and do not dismiss it on my account. Without further ado, here's the poem. Thank you. This is a picture of a kobold that I discovered while surfing the web. Please keep this in mind when you are listening to the poem. A kobold, thank you. This is the Under the Hills chapter of Sie Mussen Schlafen. I apologize for the dishwasher in the background. Even remedial vocobists have to wash dishes. So, under the hills I march, beneath this tainted earth, where lanterns blaze in my cavern maze on the night of our Saviour's birth. Under the hills I march, with a dagger in my claw, the Frenchman's chest ripped at the breast, while blood drips from my jaw. Under the hills I march, and hear the nation's cry, which strikes my ears, and will for years, until the eagles fly. The kobold has just led an army of wood beasts in a failed revolution against the evil King Hrom the 12th, who I am sure that you are familiar with if you are a scholar of Freemasonry. The kobold believes that he is the only survivor, and he retreats to the Black Forest where his home is. Upon entering the tunnels of his home, he comes across a homosexual Frenchman, who he subsequently murders. Rome does not have the kobold kill the Frenchman because he is homosexual, but because he is French. You see, I believe that Rome was trying to say that nothing should come before nationalism, and that the German people should bind together and unify the country and lead to domination. Now, The portion of the poem that I read is highly prophetic, as I will now explain. Consider the last line of the first stanza, on the night of our Saviour's birth. Hrom was a very religious man, and if he had been referring to Jesus Christ of Christianity, he would have capitalized the word Savior. But in this case he did not. So it is my belief that he was referring to Otto von Bismarck, the eventual Chancellor of Germany. Keep in mind that this poem was written well before the birth of Bismarck, and it is in fact prophetic. This is evidenced in the next stanza, with the second line, with a dagger in my claw. It is well known that the Bismarck family crest had a picture of a raven with a dagger in its claw. That's straightforward enough. And then he predicts the victory, the Prussian victory in the Franco-Prussia War that will commence in approximately 80 years, with the Frenchman's chest ripped at the breast. And this once again ties into Bismarck, for he was the mastermind behind this victory. And finally, consider the third stanza, which says, "Hear the nation's cry, which strikes my ears, and will for years, until the eagles fly." This is Hrom's expression that he is pained with the ununified Germany. It deeply troubles him, but he has hope for the future, and he predicts that Germany will eventually unite until the eagles fly. It's well known that the German insignia is a picture of a black eagle. So therefore, this portion of the poem is the only portion of the poem that predicts the future German unity. Thank you, YouTube, and I hope to see all of you again soon.